So the reason why I'm passionate about talking about masculine and feminine dynamics comes back to my own journey and my own story. A lot of guys go through this process, right? In their early 20s, they don't really know how to get women. And a number of guys don't, some guys do. I went through the same journey myself in my mid-20s. I couldn't get a girl to save my life. I was out of shape, I was broke. I was kind of at the bottom of the totem pole for men. I realized that I needed to understand the game, how to get women. I really didn't have those abilities. I only was able to get women through friend groups and things like this, or getting really drunk at a bar and maybe getting lucky one night. What I did in my own journey, I started to practice and learn cold approach pickup. And what that is just really the process of saying, I'm gonna go out in the street and I'm gonna go talk with as many girls as I can until I start to understand the process of building attraction with women. I did that. And I think for most men, this is a process that they should do. Understand and learn what it means to be a high value man with women. Women is the foundation of our life. It's why we were put here from a biological level, right? We were put here to recreate, to reproduce. For men that kind of ignore this and pretend like this area of their life is just gonna be solved one day, I think it's a really bad way to go through life as a man. I decided in my mid-20s I'm gonna start getting good at this. I really had a real reflection in the mirror one day of recognizing that I don't know how to get women. I just get lucky if they choose me. I started going out 3 days a week. I started approaching a lot of women, really just learning the skill of speaking with women. And for the first 6 months, I was terrible. It was even worse than my old method of just getting drunk and going to the bar, but I could see small improvements. That was the saving grace. After I decided to do this, I moved to London, ended up getting a girlfriend. I was able to learn the skills of cold approaching women. Over that 3-4 year period, I think I cold approached about 2,000 women. I stopped counting around 1,200 and continued that same process for a while. And I learned a lot of the skills of how to attract them. Going out for several months and not even getting a number or a kiss or anything, to then a couple years later being able to go out and almost every night I'm taking a girl home if I want to, or I could go out in the day and I can meet a girl and 2 hours later I could take her back to my house or to a coffee shop, whatever it is. Those skills were developed because I put in the reps and I put in the time. It is important as a man to understand that skill. And actually in my foundations program, one of the first weeks is we go into detail and we help guys understand how to become a man that women are attracted to, become a man that women want to sleep with. Because as you become that in life, it gives you a different power, right? You don't need to focus as much of your energy, resources, and time on actually trying to find a girl. And ultimately, you end up getting better quality women in your life. Like, it's cool to sleep with 5 to 6 girls a week for a time in your life. And then as you get older as a man, you start to realize, I want deeper connection. I want that love. That was a powerful moment for me to really recognize that. What I've learned since then is what it means to not only be a strong man with a woman, because what happened is, even though I was in a lot of abundance where I was able to sleep with a lot of women, whenever I started liking a girl and really caring about a girl, that's when I messed it up. I thought to myself, if she only knew how many girls I get, my ego was offended, so it'd say things like that. But what I realized is that the actual ability to keep a girl around and attract a girl that I really loved and cared about was another skill set I had to learn. And it's a skill set that I really like most talking about with guys, is understanding that in order for a woman to want to be around you, in order for a woman to be a beautiful feminine woman with you, she needs to feel safe and secure with you. She needs to feel safe to follow your masculine leadership. And this society we live in today does not teach men the principles of this. And people think men knew this even 100 years ago. They didn't know this 100 years ago. But it was easier to find a wife. There was one guy and one girl, so you always found each other. Eventually you got married, but today it's different. A lot of women don't get married, a lot of guys don't get married, so there's not that same level. The skill to be able to learn and create safety and trust for a woman is key. I ended up having a really beautiful girlfriend a couple years ago in Brazil, and what I realized as I went deeper in that relationship is she had some of her own trauma and issues to deal with and not trusting men. But I also recognized all my flaws. I didn't know how to create true safety and security for a highly feminine woman in a relationship. For the first 9 months of our relationship, it was total chaos, and it was my fault because I didn't know how to be a powerful, strong man in a relationship. That's led me on my journey now today, where I'm helping so many guys in relationship, in marriage, that have lost the connection, attraction. Their women doesn't trust them anymore. The relationship, she's cold and irritable, guys need to understand that if she is like that, it is their fault. Because that same woman, and I know it's hard to hear, she would be sweet and loving for the right man. But you need to be a man that knows how to create that and get that out of her. And the only way you do that is by being a masculine leader in your relationship. That relationship in Brazil was hurtful, it was hard. It was the person that I had the best connection with in my entire life. And I was messing it up because I hadn't learned these principles. And eventually the second year when we were dating, I was able to learn these and implement these. And it completely changed our relationship dynamic to the point where I actually decided that I was ready to move on from the relationship. But I saw how many cracks in my armor I had. I saw how many weaknesses and insecurities I had with this topic, and that's allowed me to be able to understand this at a deep level to help other men and really step into a different energy myself with women. This is not like player guy with women. This is like deep, strong, masculine man that women respect, trust, and love. And the more you can be that man, the more you can have abundance of truly high quality women in your life. That's why I'm passionate about this topic. That's why I'm passionate about masculine and feminine dynamics, because I've walked the path and I've been the guy on the other side not able to get girls. I've been the guy on the other side getting a lot of girls, but not knowing how to create safety and security. And then I've been the guy in love and sabotaging myself in a relationship with women as well. This, for me, I think it's foundational and fundamental for men to be able to understand these dynamics and really understand at a deep level how to be that strong masculine man in a relationship. It will change your life. It will change your business. It changes everything. So as always, gents, get on your path. Click some of those links below. Hop in the community if you guys are not already in there, and keep watching the videos. And much love to all of you. Let's go get it. Good stuff, guys.